Mentors. So people ask me all the time how much I spend on mentors and do I get a return on investment? Are they important for your development? Answer it one way. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. They're absolutely incredible. I can see my life pre-mentors and after mentors. And the results and difference are night and day. Mentors give you clarity and direction that you do not see yourself. I can't believe how simple sometimes the mentors make it sound and feel. Because you, my friends, and I am stuck in the weeds of business. And it takes somebody to come with an aerial view of your business and give you advice. And it makes such a massive difference because they are simplifying things and they have clarity because they don't have all the emotional connections and baggage that we have with our business. And I understand and appreciate that not everybody can afford mentors as much as I spend. And I couldn't a few years ago. And it literally broke my bank. I remember the first time I spent 18 grand with Dan Bradbury to be on his private mastermind. I think it's a lot more expensive now. And I couldn't afford it. I couldn't afford it. 3 years ago, I didn't have 18 grand spare. But I thought, this guy can massively help me and my business. And I paid it. Did I put on credit card? I think I actually put it on credit card. No, I don't recommend that. I don't recommend that at all. But I think I put it on credit card. And it's one of the best decisions I've ever made. And now I'm like a mentor junkie, mastermind junkie. I've just spent, I spent £1,000 on another course the other day. Anyway, so I get asked how much I spend on mentors. So I'm going to run through some of the mentors that I have. And don't get me wrong, that like for Jonathan J, I have a different package than what he advertises. So I'm paying more than what other people are paying because I asked him basically for one-on-one mentorship. And so I think it's right. So for example, right, Jonathan J, first of all, it was £16,000 to go on his business buying masterclass. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. But my problem is that I don't work well in an office environment because we're all sat around there, we're all talking and stuff. And there's like 50 people in the room or 40 people in the room. And my attention is going, doop, boop, 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 boop. I'm miles away. And so I can't concentrate. I was never good at school. So I enjoyed it. It was good. I got something out of it. But I didn't really get the most out of it because of me, not because of the course. So I got in contact with Jonathan and said, listen, I work one-on-one with Dan Bradbury. Would you do something similar? And if so, how much? Here's what Dan gives me. I have a call every other week. And he came back to me and said, yeah, give us another 10 grand and I work one-on-one with you every other week. Or was it 13 grand? Anyway, 10 or 13,000. And I said, yep, done. Transferred him the money. And within 6 weeks, I'd bought a business. I'd bought Wrexham. And now he keeps on messaging me saying, Dean, when do you want the next meeting? When do you want the next meeting? And the problem is, I'm in a different place now. Right now, I'm focused on opening Mansfield. I don't need to be buying another site at the minute. So I don't need. So he probably thinks, oh, God, Dean spent so much money. I haven't given many value. 3 meetings, I got the whole year's value. An extra £10,000, and I bought Wrexham. Wrexham will make me £60,000 this year. £60,000 this year. Incredible. Incredible. It's worth X amount of money when I sell it now. And so I'm going to have like a 30 times return on that £10,000 just for 3 meetings. Just for 3 meetings. And it's all right, by the way, people giving you this information, but you need to do something with it. You can't just have information, and do nothing with it. You need something as well. You need something to go. You need to take action. It's like The Secret, the book called The Secret, where you manifest stuff. Massive believer in positive thinking, affirmations, etc. But what most people get wrong is if they just sit on the couch and affirmate the life and imagine the life, what they're going to get, etc., it's going to come to them. No. It only works if you then take action. With no action, there is no results. You have to take the action the mentors show you and give you. Right. So I'll run through a few because there's too many courses and stuff that I buy. I spent one for £200 for LinkedIn and stuff. And there's so many that I have no idea. Well, no idea. I buy them and take them. And then that's it. What course I just taken the other day? Josh Spector. Absolutely brilliant, but it's all about personal branding. So, yeah, I need some help on that, as you can imagine. So I bought his courses. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. It's a membership course. James Franco, absolutely brilliant individual, and loads of people learn from him. Right, Dan Bradbury, he's most expensive. I put here 40k, but I actually think it's 35k. What do I get out of that? I get a one-off meeting every other week. I get to message him, and we become mates now, and it's almost like I've messaged him about personal problems as well, personal things, which, it's just very well-rounded individual. And so I get an hour coaching call from him every other week. I get WhatsApp contact. I get access to his CEO mastermind, which is you sit in a boardroom and you discuss business with different business owners. But again, it's in a classroom. And sometimes when I used to go, I don't go anymore because it's not for me. And Dan likes my input. And so somebody else was talking about their problem in their business. And I'm literally going, I wonder what score Man City's going to be tonight. Wonder what I'm going to eat on the way home. What time do you think I'm going to get home? Am I going to be able to get to the gym? I wonder if I'm going to miss football tonight. I haven't been to the gym today. I need to go to the gym today. Dean, what do you think? What about, Dan? What about? Yeah, I think you should go for it. I just can't concentrate. And so I found myself when people were talking about their business and stuff, it was interesting for 20 minutes for me. But normally it's a 2-hour call about their business, which is so valuable because you've got different business owners talking about the problems in their business and what we should do. And there's like 10 of us in a room. But after 20 minutes, I'm zoning out. I'm literally, so you've got to know what works for you. And it's okay for certain things not to work for you. Reading, I cannot read a jot. I've got to read a paragraph 4 or 5 times for it to sink in. And then it'll finally sink in. And that for me, I just can't do it. And so you need to know what works for you. So with Dan, I get some amazing results here. Just taking the notes here. Something Dan said during COVID was for me. He rang up every single client and said, right, if you can afford it, pay me. If you can't afford it, don't pay me. It's your choice. But I'm just trusting people to do the right thing. And I want to help every business owner get through this. I was like, fucking hell, what a man. He's actually showing he cares about he don't care about the money. He cares about you and your business. So I was like, fucking mate. I actually tell him, I said, Dan, you've got a customer for life just because of that one interaction. I put, how awesome was that? Vergeer cares about your results in your business. Dan even was a person who introduced me to the billionaire who wanted to invest £10 million into my business every 2 years. I turned it down. That's another story. But having Dan as a coach, mentor, and friend has made me realize what's possible. And by the way, I put, what an experience, by the way, meeting that billionaire. Incredible experience. I've done a podcast about it. You have to search on the app. What I learned from meeting a billionaire. It was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I turned it down and I haven't had one day's regret. Not one. I know it's not right for me. And I've had messages just last week. I had 2 people interested in investing in the business, and both was from the same opinion that for me to grow now, I have to take on outside capital in exchange for equity. And I don't believe that. I don't believe it. Yes, can I go quicker? Yes. Will it be a bigger pie? Yes. Am I bothered? No, because I've got my certain standard of living that I like, and it's not for me. I like my work-life balance. And if I had somebody else's money in the business, I would feel an obligation to grow a faster speed than I was comfortable for. Hopefully, site number 6 is coming along. And so that means we'll have 6 sites. And the cash flow in 2 years' time, well, the EBITDA in less than 2 years will be £1 million. And yes, we've got a hell of a lot of debt to service for that money, but we're servicing it comfortably. And I don't believe, it depends what you mean by grow. Can I open 4 indoor self-storages next year? No. Do I want to open 4 indoor self-storages next year, even if I had the money? No. Would I find it too stressful? Yes. So yes, I get the point. It would take outside capital to grow bigger, but it's not for me. Anyway, so we've talked about Dan Bradbury. We've talked about Jonathan J. AJ Osborne, the mastermind in America, £12,000 a year. And to be honest, I don't log in there as much as I should do. I don't go to the live calls, etc. But every now and again, I will binge maybe 10 hours of his call 1 week, and I get loads out of it. But also, I get to know what's happening in America, because that for me is so important, that I know what's happening in America, because what happens in America, 5 years, it goes to Canada, then Australia, and then comes here. And so so if you know what's coming, you can prepare for it better. And so my eyes are open with what's happening on the other side of the pond. And with AJ as my coach over there, that is massive. Dave Davies. I always say to Dave Davies, because some people call Dave Davies and say, how much is it? And by the way, I don't actually know how much it is. Say it's £1,000 a day. I don't know how much it is. And you need to get around this mindset of it's a cost. Mentorship is not a cost. It's an investment. If you see it as a cost, then you will act accordingly. If you see it as an investment, then again, you'll act accordingly. The idea with mentorship is that you should get a positive return on investment. If you're not, it's a wrong coach for you. It might not be a bad coach, but it might be the wrong coach at the wrong time in the wrong situation. And so you always want to look at it as an investment. I've rang up Dave Davies this morning and said, Dave, I need to book a call. I need your advice on this, this, and this. And it's going to be, call it £1,000 plus travel. I genuinely don't know how much it is. He said he charges me less. I don't know, Dave. And so, yeah, I'm going to have a day out with Dave, bend his ear, ask his advice, and then implement his advice. And guess what? I get a return on that. So it's not a cost, it's an investment. And so, yes. And Kevin Thompson as well, he started doing it. I need to message him because I want some mentorship from him. If somebody's doing mentorship here on self-storage, I'm there because I can learn something from every single person. Dave Davies, I might only learn if I only learn one thing. That's brilliant. That's all I want. I want a call with Dan. I want to earn one thing. I don't care about the other 55 minutes, but it might be 5 minutes of gold. Dave Davies, there might be 5 minutes out of the 8 hours we spend together that is absolute gold. You don't have to. People think that you have to be giving golden nuggets every single second of every single call. You don't. It's just implementing the advice that works for you. Because sometimes the advice won't work for you and therefore it's not applicable or it's not right for you in that moment. It doesn't mean it's bad advice. It's just wrong for you at that time. You can pick and choose which advice you choose to take. And so if I get 5 minutes of gold from one person, it's like Jonathan J. I've paid for 26 sessions. I've had 3, but it's paid for itself. And now Jonathan's like, oh my God, I need to give value. I need to give value already. I'm good. I'm golden. If I don't speak to you again this rest of this year, it's been brilliant. It's been absolutely amazing. And so you don't have to get, well, it's an investment. It's an investment. It's not a cost. Let's have a look. Oh, my mate, Fred, Attic founder. And he's just started Help Self-Storage, helpstorage.com. I cannot wait to see what that happens, what goes there. I don't think I can disclose too much about this because I don't think Fred does consultancy. I basically wanted to understand Fred's thought process when accessing a new site. It was invaluable. I actually told Fred he was too cheap. So I can't say how much it was, but it was a little bit more than the other people in the industry. But I think it was too cheap. For my money, Fred is the best operator in the UK. Best I've seen, by the way. I was on the phone with Katie today and I said, without doubt, the best, I don't know how we got talking about best operators. Fred is a different league. And that's, for anybody who's had an in-depth talk with Fred, I hope that nobody will take that as an insult because he is amazing, absolutely amazing, different operator. And as soon as I paid for consultancy off Fred, I was like, holy shit, he's actually better than I thought. And the biggest compliment I can give Fred is that he makes me feel stupid every time I speak to him. And I love it. I'm weird like that. I love it. It makes me feel like I'm absolutely thick. And I like it. I like it because I'm learning, I'm educating myself. You should always be spending time with people who are cleverer, smarter than you. If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. Every time Fred's in a room, I am nowhere near the smartest person in the room. And that's good. That's good. That's how I grow. That's how you grow. And poor old Fred can't grow by talking to me, but I grow by talking to him. So yeah, it was, I put all the above are investments, not costs. As soon as you think about these as costs, you lose. There are other mentors, courses, and memberships that I pay for the above, but these are probably the main ones that you'll probably recognize. Find someone who has knowledge you want and pay them for it. The biggest shortcut to success in life. And by the way, they don't have to be, if you're starting off a container site, there's no way talking to Fred will massively help you because he's too far above you where you are right now. And so you want to find somebody who's been there just 1 or 2 steps above you, who's relatable to you, and pay them. And by the way, I just want to announce that I am doing a consultant. I'm joking. I'm not doing any of that. But it just, I thought it'd be funny if I pretended that I was setting you all up for that. No, I do get asked all the time. It's once a week now. And I massively, massively apologize. I love to open up my diary, and I will be doing again this soon where I say, my diary is open for 15-minute bookings for 2 or 1 day, and go through and talk to people, and not for just to shoot the shit and just get to know people and talk to people. And if everyone's got a question, yeah, I'd love to answer it. And I'm going to open up my diary again for that. But yeah, no, unfortunately, there's no consultancy at the minute because I just haven't got the time. I haven't got the bandwidth to do it. And if I do it, I want to be all in, and I want to commit. I want to make it right, and I just can't do that. I keep promising a mastermind and stuff, but nothing is on the table. Nothing thought about. Nothing yet. So yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, I genuinely appreciate people, and I've got this one person say, "I'll pay you what you want." I'm like, what do I do with that? What do I do with that? I'm like, and they're not from England either. And I was like, I'll pay you what you want. We're starting up. I just need some help and advice. And I'm like, I can't with the best will in the world, because if I do it, I need to understand more about coaching and consultancy and stuff, and how to make sure that I get people the best returns. And also, I don't really want to go down that route, if I'm honest. I'd rather set up a new site in Scotland, for example. That's more worth my time. Anyway, but I appreciate the offer. It makes me feel all warm and gooey inside, so I like it. So thank you very much. Right, hopefully you've enjoyed this. I said it was going to be a short one, and it's another fucking 15-minute one. Thursdays and Fridays is going to be short. All right, love you, appreciate you. Bye.